Hi guys,
Hi.
welcome to Now That's What I Call a Talk Show. Tonight we are addressing everyone, all of our followers in the loss of
Caroline Flack.
it has hit us more than it is
Yeah, it's really hit
settling.
home.
I think it's
Yeah.
kind of taken us by shock, taken us by surprise.
It just hits so close to home. That's the thing that I'm getting from it starting already. It just hits so close to home. And I think if one positive thing can come out of it, it's that we really have opened up this conversation, that we are speaking to people and that we need to listen and we need to be kinder to people.
We also need to remember that this isn't just one person. This has happened to
it resonates with so
many people out there that have taken their lives because they are alone, lost, and not understanding that there is people out there and you do have support. But we sadly lost a legend on the weekend, and I think it's kind of hit the world, and everyone has cried out and has spoke out and has shared their support. And I think for us, it just resonated so close to home because we've been there. I've personally been there in that situation where you are empty and lost and can't see a way out. And we've shared a link that we will share again in our comments. If you want to join us tonight and come chat and come discuss with us everything that's kind of happening, and the fact that just the fact that people are literally just being forced into a corner because of, I would say, society and everything in it. And it's just the forefront. We've noticed more so now that the empathy seems to be there, but it was only a matter of weeks ago when the papers and every single person online was against. And I just think that is just a massive learning lesson that we need to reflect and understand that everyone that opens their mouth, shares a tweet, retweets, posts, is good. It has an effect on everyone. And as one of the last posts on social media from her was, if you can do anything, and you can in this world, and be kind. And I think that is really hard hitting for us. I don't think people have any right to dictate or orchestrate any kind of online negativity and trolls. And I think many people have been affected by it on multiple platforms, as we've seen. And we just wanted to kind of come online today and just chat to everyone and anyone else that may be going through anything like this to get Britain talking. We support ITV in this to not only get Britain talking but getting the world talking. This is a world issue, and because of social media, the press, etc., people are taking their own lives. This young lady who was clearly alone, more than any of us knew, and clearly felt that there was no way out, passed away on a time when I feel like the world should have been full of love. Valentine's weekend, and it wasn't. And I just think that there's a lot of people out there that should understand they need to be held accountable, and to not just be held accountable for the things they post or print, but the things that we enable and allow. If we stopped clicking on negativity it wouldn't then spread and breed negativity. And we need to realize that every comment and every click and every share is just another stab in someone's back, soul, heart, mind. And if we don't change together, then this is going to happen again and again and again. We have not only shared images from social this weekend, but we've also shared multiple stories about different issues and how those silly things are highlighted.
Yeah.
When we have one that is clearly going through everything and isn't the only one. As you can see, there is many of our beloved stars who are heroed at the time, but as soon as they slip, my God, we put the boot in. As a society. We should be held accountable for the lives of everyone that we touch and change, and I don't believe that we are. And we just wanted to share our message in our show tonight for anyone that wants to come and chat on how they're feeling about the situation that's occurred over the weekend. And I feel like all the messages that are coming out now about more people who are in support and, of course, empathise with their family. But I also ask, well, where were you at the time? And it is really heartbreaking to see a young woman with a fantastic career ahead of herself for all the amazing things she did, like dancing.
Oh yeah, she won Strictly Come Dancing.
She was on Broadway.
She presented X Factor. Obviously, most known for Love Island. I think this is a thing which kind of has been forgotten about in all the reports of Caroline's death, is that there hasn't really been that much mention about her career, celebrating, you know, all the amazing things that she did. It has focused on one thing and one thing only. And I just think, God, it's going to be so tragic if that is what she's remembered for, this one thing, because she was more than that. She's not defined by what she did. I don't know if anybody watched This Morning today, but I did, and they more or less did pretty much a full show kind of dedicated to mental health. And one thing which I kind of thought, wow, I never thought of it like this before, was a lady was talking and she said often people that commit suicide, they don't think about it. Those that do it kind of do it on impulse, because the nature of the act itself is such that it can only be done kind of on an impulse, because something has to click in your brain to say, I can't do this anymore. And that just really, really like got me, because I think that's obviously that's what's happened to Caroline in that moment, where she could not see any way out of this other than taking the final step of ending her own life. And when you do that, it is the final step. You can't come back from that. Yes, if you have attempts, yes, you can come back from them. But if you actually succeed with it, you can't come back with it. One thing that I always think is, oh, God, sorry, my mind's gone blank. I think
it wasn't just her mental health. It was this shame stick that the world feels that we have a right to hit anyone with. She was shamed because she was clearly struggling and she had a difficult relationship, which of course went public. But there's millions out there that it won't go public for, who are still suffering and still living with it and through it. And Tony's just commented or mentioned a video I did the other day when I was really, really low. And it's probably really easy for someone like me to do that. But someone like her, or anyone that has passed because of this, really hasn't got the comfortable platform, because everything they do is judged. And if we could just stop judging and be more kind and less careless and selfish, perhaps this wouldn't be happening. There are so many new stars in the sky at night in the past 5 years that it feels like it's getting unnoticed because everybody else is almost still benefiting. I mean, the newspapers slated her. Now she's on the front of every newspaper again, so they can
same news.
So they can sell more papers, and as a society, we go out to buy those, and to continue the cycle of this is never going to end. Of course, I'm not saying to abolish social media and abolish all the shows and all the newspapers, but I just think that we're all accountable. And I mean, we even noticed one lady slandered Carol.
She slandered her.
Yeah, slandered her, and then 2 weeks later was all about
mourning the
loss. And I just think that is just so careless, because who knows, that could have been a post that really affected her at that time, and now we're here.
But I just think that there should be some regulation, because I think trolls have a lot to blame, and as much as you can think, it's online, it's not in the real world, those things can still affect people. So if you're just reading comment after comment after comment and it's just negative, and if you're already in a negative headspace, that is just a recipe for disaster in my book. So I think I've seen a few news articles obviously saying about social media and how social media is damaging. Yes, it can be, but social media can also be
negative. Sorry, it's just me. Negative. And if you're
social media can also be used as a platform for good. It can be used as a platform for us to help each other, to enable each other. And we will keep saying the message of just be kinder to people, because you don't know what somebody else is going through. You just don't. And yes, there has been a recent surge in mental health referrals, people, having mental health problems. But those problems for a lot of people have been there for years. They've been there for years, but it's only now that we are able to talk about it, because mental health had such a stigma about it. And to a lot of people, it can kind of come out of the blue, because some people can be very, very high functioning, can be very articulate in how they talk, and are just maybe good at covering it up because they've learned to do that.
Well, we all wear a mask. In this day and age, you're almost tarnished with a, oh God, there she goes again, or there he goes again. Even more, there she goes again, because at the moment, male mental health is so unlooked at and is literally just being in the public eye because another person from Love Island. And it's such a construct of its own construct, and it's like almost shattering itself, and then everyone else rebuilds it quickly, and then it shatters again, and everyone's like, oh my God, quick. And the reason people are doing that as well, which is quite hard for me to believe, is they're almost like, oh, well, we won't have a job. We won't have a job, so we need to fix this quickly. But it's kind of like, you won't have a job. Some people are clearly not even having a life, and it's ending so short, so quickly. And I feel like I was right, and someone has just mentioned, we feel like we can't reach out to the celebrities because they're so guarded, by all these people that are looking after them.
But then if you think about it, if the very same people can get through to the celebrities with negative comments, maybe just more of us have to put out negative comments and comments of support. When somebody puts a picture on Instagram, like it and say, looking fab babes, friendly things, words of encouragement, just nice little things, which I think we should do more of. Because if you look at a picture of someone like Stacey Solomon, for example, and she's very proud about her body, she's got cellulite, she'll show it, that is fantastic, but people will comment negative things. So maybe when somebody like Stacey is putting up a post, we should comment and say, you go girl, like this is the message that we should be sending.
Some do,
and some
but
do,
my
but
God,
need to.
the more side of the negative.
Oh well, yeah, and the negative always outweighs.
And it's always outweighing. And as much as I say this to the people and be like, be more positive, this also goes to the social media. So we had a video that went out and we were called the worst things I've ever been called online in literally a matter of 22 hours. It was ridiculous. And there was no monitoring.
No, although the thing is, if this is on YouTube, on the top of YouTube, on the comments, it says, please be respectful. Any negative comments will be deleted. Something like that. You look on that video, we were trolled.
It was ridiculous, but it was ridiculous and so funny to us.
But yeah, because we
did not allow it to affect us.
No.
It doesn't affect us.
No.
Weirdly enough, I think, as people say, sticks and stones will break your bones, and names will never hurt us.
Well,
but for us, we've been called so many names over the years. We're probably quite tough as old boots to it. And unfortunately, and how sad, people in the celebrity world probably aren't, because they get thrusted into this world. We've seen it, we've been part of it, and it's almost like you even get told by the producers, trolls are coming, the trolls are coming. Because they know they're already coming.
And don't read the comments.
Yeah, don't read the comments.
Whatever you do, articles going out, but don't read the comments.
Don't read the comments. And it's so sad that over the weekend, we've lost another person to mental health and, in my opinion, a lack of humanity. Oh, it's just so... I literally... Because I was told by Jocelyn, and I literally have never cried so much about somebody I didn't know. I have woke up crying. I struggle to go out of the house, been crying about it. And it's so bizarre. In my mind, sometimes I'm actually like, God, this world is so shit. And it really scares me, because now I think all these things we're trying to work for and have, and materialistic things, well, they really don't make it better. So what the fuck does? And the only thing that we can think of as individuals, because literally I wouldn't be nowhere without her, like me rock.
Vice versa.
Like literally anyone's coming for her, they've got me to deal with. And I just think, as a society, as a bloody species, we need to literally be more kind, learn to love each other again, and forget about all these myths and bad negativity that has divided us as a nation. And rather than judge anyone on a name, a label, the way they're dressed, actually have a conversation with that person, or actually see them in a different light, and don't take your own negativity, because that is what I do put it down to. Negativity brings negativity. True. Someone's very negative behind that computer putting those posts out. And the thing is as well, this is even madder than I think that is, because I'm a total empath. I also think, I hope they're okay.
Well, yeah.
It is so screwed up. I'm like, the other day,
they're reflecting on
the other day we got so much grief. But then this guy messaged us, apologetic, and I literally messaged him back and said, are you okay? How are you? To someone who just called us worse than crap. If you want to join this chat live, the link is in our comments. Just click on it and it'll bring you straight in. And it was like, sorry, someone just asked, so I was just telling them. And it was like, now I feel like a lot of celebrities who are, sometimes I think celebs forget that the rest of the world exists. Sorry, we're just going straight to comments. And once you're in the light, it's hard to get out of it. But majority of people, yeah, we can be all positive. But do you not feel in this world that we're living in, where literally you're allowed to protest on the street about a race of people because that they don't like them, and we're just stood. I need to go and get the charger. She can finish the conversation. Sorry.
Just so the point that Fay's making is that we almost allow society to be negative, negative news does sell, and that is pretty horrible that happens. Stuff with the press, though, is nothing new. You look back on the likes of Princess Diana, she was hounded by the press. Our own son has gone through the same thing. So many celebrities have just been hounded by the press. And the press are saying it's social media, but social media are saying that it's the press. And I think it's both.
Sorry.
Both platforms being used for a negative.
I believe it is a dog eat dog world sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was just making a roll because smoking's don't even get us through. And it is almost like something gets caught out, a show, an organisation, a man, a boss will get caught out doing the wrong thing, allowing things to happen. And then because they need to save their own backs and everyone else wants to save their backs, everyone else covers it up or almost supports it in a way so it keeps it going. And they're all because they're trying to cover their own back.
Mm-hmm.
And in this day and age, if we're literally now going to allow indirect mental abuse forcing suicide, then we're all guilty. And we should all be charged with the exact same thing that most of the newspapers should be charged with. It's almost like this stupid irritation as well. It's almost like someone has to die
Mm-hmm.
for it to be talked about and it actually happen, where it should just be happening. And it shouldn't have to be a case of, oh, this person's killed themselves or oh, this other person's been found overdosed on drugs or this other person has been chased so bad by paparazzi there's been an accident caused. Like 3 major people in the world that I could literally list right now. Diana, as you've just mentioned, Robin Williams, for heaven's sake.
Amy
Winehouse. Hounded. Even literally would take photos of her going to get her deals. Rather than put the camera down, help her. No.
Oh, yeah, they were just,
let's get that on camera. And it literally is the same thing. Like, even now, they're like having a bidding war, as we've discovered today, having a bidding war to try and get access to the body cam footage of the night that there was an incident at her residence. Really? That's what we're doing. Where are the people above those people
mm-hmm.
stepping in?
Mm-hmm.
Or does it have to be a thing that society takes back control of?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I think. I believe as a society, we need to, as I do, when I see negative stuff on Facebook, I just unfollow and block that thing because I don't want to see it. It's probably why I live this game. Woo, butterflies in my world. But it's because I genuinely refuse to see it. And the more you, as logistically on the social medias, the more you don't look at it, the less you see it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're clicking to see the juicy pictures of that celeb because she's a big, disgusting, fat, blah, 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 all the shit under the sun, do you know what I mean? You're then indirectly showing your support, and then you'll see more of it. And because that's the mentality of the world, we just continue until we who have the power, like literally we have the power to turn it off and turn it on. Until we do that, nothing's going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing will ever change unless we stand together. And all these blockages and almost gated people, because that's another, it's just all about gatekeeping. We are, as a society, being gatekeeped away from the celebrities. I'm sorry, but I know for a fact that I could sit down with some people who are going through some shit. Bitch, please, I'd get them back. I wouldn't be like, yes, because that's what they're too busy being surrounded by yes people. Yes, no problem. Yes, no problem. Which is so damaging. So once again, they are enabling. And why are they enabling? Because it happened while you're on watch. You're the one put in the position to look after this person, and it happened when you're on watch. How is that adding up? Doesn't add up. It's ridiculous that this is where we are today. Built on a society where it's okay to be a complete and utter cunt. And you are literally not even accounted for it. It's like now hate crime is now becoming illegal, because a couple of people got killed. And it's like, what?
Why wasn't it like that in the first?
Like, it should have literally been like that in the first place. Like, everyone should be protected regardless. And we're not being protected.
Mm-hmm.
We're being led down the garden path, given an idea of idyllicness that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, Jossy. And unfortunately, unless we all stand together and support each other, then mental health is going to win. The people out there who are profiting through mental health will win. And we are going to be the ones not winning, alone, and lost. And it's
just the world we live in, isn't it?
oh,
It's just the world we live in.
we just literally glanced down at social, and what do we see?
We see
negativity. Literally, like, oh yeah, man. Or because someone was in the army, of course, which I compel and support and like totally respect. So we need to just. Do you know what I'd like to say to that person? Yeah, mate.
You know now. Wow.
We know now.
We know now, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it was like to be in the army, and I would admit that, but I do know what it's like to have mental health and battle with mental health, and being on a journey with that mental health.
But how do you pull yourself back? Because you've been there more than me lately.
Mm-hmm. So there was something I said the other day on the phone to Fay, and it was obviously in response to Caroline passing away. I can't remember it. Can I just look on my phone just for a second? Because it's on my phone.
What do you mean?
It was. I said something about what keeps us going. It's there, but can I just quickly look? Right, she's gonna talk. I'm gonna look for this thing that I said.
This is the crazy thing as well, because without, I would say, mine and Jossy's support of each other, we probably would be much worse off. And there's days that I felt like not even getting out of bed.
So this is what gets me through. So you have so much to live for, so live for it. That last bit, live for it. I thought of that the other night, and I rang her straight away, and I said, that is what will always keep me going. And any times that I'm really down, I do just think there's just so much that I can live for, and I know this for a fact, because there has been times in my life where I have been in a very dark place. Let's start again. And me and Faye were just talking. Obviously, we've both experienced that, and my words to her was, "As they say, you're a long time dead." And I suppose maybe we should be open and honest. That I have had in my past. I have had moments where I've been in that dark place. The last time that it was serious was when I was 22, 12 years ago. And I was thinking this today. I just thought, wow, if people hadn't intervened when they did, 12 years would never have happened. I would never have transitioned. I would never have went to university. I wouldn't be working the job I've got now. I would never have had my dogs. I would never have met her. Like all of the good things I wouldn't have experienced. This is the thing. You've got so much to live for, but live for it. Live for it, because yes, times could be bad now, but you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Oh, sorry.
And that's a really, really good note as well. None of us know what's going to happen tomorrow, and none of us knew what was going to happen over the weekend. And I feel as massively that those times that Jocelyn got through 12 years ago, I do wonder where we would have been, especially in my times of darkness, if we'd have had each other around back then. And a little bit more recently for me, when I've really kind of felt I was at the bottom. It's really weird for me now. So I used to feel like really suicidal. Like I just didn't want to be here. Life was crap. like, why did I have to transition? This nightmare it's been. And like, not like, oh, the world, like, it was like, oh, I just couldn't. I felt like literally physically, I just haven't got the energy for this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, obviously, I was like, oh no, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. And then when I got ill, I nearly died, and then came back. I was like,
oh wow, I remember.
Wow. Like my world changed. And my world never changed because when I tried to commit suicide, I was found and I was taken to the hospital after, and I felt great. Didn't.
Oh no, I get that.
So I didn't feel great because I'd been saved. Like, I didn't feel great because I'd been saved. And if anything, I was almost like, oh my God, why have you done this?
Mm-hmm.
You just let us go.
Mm-hmm.
To be in that moment is like being in the darkest room you'll ever be in and not knowing your way out.
So I don't know if this happened to you, but when it happened to me that time, because I was going through transition, I was actually put in a room on my own, was not allowed my phone, couldn't have any contact with anyone, and it was just horrible. And I do just sometimes feel that the mental health services, it just does let people down time and time and time and time again. And it's so sad because people are trying to reach out. Getting back to what was on this morning, one of the people on it was saying that you have to demand. You have to demand. You can't just go to your doctors and say, I'm feeling a bit down. You've got to demand it and say, like, this is serious. This is my mental health. Mental health, it's your health. It might not be your physical health, but it's your brain and it's the way you think and it's the way you get through life. It's sad that we have to demand
help.
You have to demand help. And
it's sad that we have to demand people to be nice and to be kind. Like, that's literally how I feel. We are doing it. We're like, literally, please be nice. And I'm like, please be nice. Well, why don't whoever's in charge of all these platforms have a team who singly find, like, you're a tranny, you're a bloke, you're a fat cow, go kill yourself. Like, we got told we should have been getting, oh my God, it was like, ridiculous. And it's like, why is there no monitoring? Because us as a society, we're watching it happen, and then we're talking about it and being like, whoa, this needs change. Why are Facebook not being like, whoa, we need to do something? Because of money.
Yeah.
Because of money. It's all to do
That's what it all
with money.
Good. The greed of society.
And now the greed of society is going to plunge in, and people are going to want the last images of this poor lady, the last moments.
Already on the social media, the last pictures of Caroline. Party was didn't look like she was at a party. It was something to do with the picture of her on Valentine's Day. I just think the poor lady only died on Saturday. She only died on Saturday, and it's now Monday. Just let her rest, let the family grieve, because I just think what the family must be going through is heartbreaking.
Are the police accountable? It's just been said. Are the police accountable for forcing the case when our ex-partner had dropped it? Are they accountable, or do you think they were just doing the job?
Well,
or do you think they were then trying to do the whole, this is us trying to make an example of abuse?
Yeah.
But they didn't do it the right way.
Yeah, I think they didn't do it the right way, because I think had they just set it aside, it would have been a case of, oh, well, a woman can hit a man and she can get away with it, and she got away with it because it's on the telly. That could have created more problems. But I just think, though, like, look at the bigger picture. So a boyfriend wanted to drop the charges, still wanted a relationship with her, reached out to her, even though they weren't supposed to have contact. He reached out to her on Valentine's Day, saying that he loved her. That has to be taken into account, but people don't always look at the bigger picture, which is a shame. So yeah, actually, I think maybe the CPS could have dropped it, given those circumstances, but it's how things are reported, and it's propaganda, and it's just the way the machine works.
What you've got to think about as well, which is major for me, is a lot of the other people that have passed away who were massively attached to the show
Oh,
she
Love
hosted
Island, yeah. Oh, yeah.
were all found to have drugs in them systems.
Mhm.
And like, I don't mean to be rude, but these people aren't going to see a dealer in the corner of the street. Someone is doing that. Someone is enabling that. So once again, I'm like, they're accountable. That person that went out and got that person that bag of coke because they're a celebrity and that's the power they hold is accountable. Why is no one saying like no? Like for a minute there, just jumping. Ant Deck.
Yeah,
He was out in the car, mortal drunk with his mum.
I know.
Why is no one there going, whoa, what are you doing? Like, this is gonna not hurt you, but hurt everyone around you. Like, this is gonna affect everyone and you. There is so many people enabling who now, because that person is either dead or has passed away or has committed suicide or has went to rehab and rebuilt themselves, yet there'll still be people around them. Yes.
Oh, but
yes.
It's damn
yes
people.
And if these yes people aren't accountable for anything, then that is just baloney. If the newspapers aren't accountable for anything, then that is just baloney. If the people that are spreading hate, around more hate, aren't accountable, that is baloney. If the people online posting nasty comments and the people who are in control of these social media networks aren't accountable, then that is baloney. Everything that is happening in society is a construct of the society we live in.
Mm-hmm.
We can't, because obviously they try to put it down to drugs, from the point I was going for.
Mm-hmm.
That is just a part of it.
We don't even know with Caroline.
No, I'm not speculating at all.
So we don't know.
I was more speculating on the closeness of the show itself.
All right.
So this show itself, Love Island, has had 3 people commit suicide.
Yeah. Each year.
Starting with
Sophie.
So what type of enablers are in this little cluster of Love Island allowing this to breed?
Mm-hmm.
And it is affecting people that don't have fame in their lives. A lot of other people, like for instance, Danny, the rough guy. He's in EastEnders, but his daughter was on Love Island.
Oh, Danny Dyer.
Yeah. Her and a lot of other people who are still succeeding have connections in the celebrity world.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be these new people, because she was new to it in a sense. Like, she built her career up. She wasn't. No.
Caroline.
Yeah. She wasn't born into it almost. It was a career building thing.
She was a trained theatre.
Yeah. But then also the other two, the similar kind of thing, they weren't in the celebrity world. They're just thrusted into this.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying stop these reality shows, but just like, as much as we do when we have kids in shows and TV, literally you jump through hoops for that stuff. It should be the same for adults, because there's too many people who are enablers. I'm going to call them enablers all day long, because they are enablers who are allowing this to happen. And this is literally becoming a construct of its own creation, because it's now spread into people are suffering from mental health because they're getting abused in the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
That's an enabled, because people are allowing that to happen, not saying anything, not speaking up. Oh, we'll lose our jobs. They're lying. They
don't
then
don't
want to get involved. They then go forward to commit suicide or down the drugs line. And it's like, everyone who's like building these guys' careers and they're like, yes, oh my God, you're amazing. You rock. As soon as they don't rock anymore.
Oh yeah, they're gone.
They're gone.
Fair weather friends, aren't they?
And it's like, until as a society we change that and we stop this from happening, there's never going to be a change. And next year, whenever another beloved star is going to.
Well, yeah, because this is the thing that there has been so many recently. You know, lead singer from Linkin Park, he committed suicide. The lead singer of Prodigy, he committed suicide last year. Like, there's just so many people ending their own lives. When I found out about Caroline on Saturday, I just knew straight away what the cause was. It came in my head. She ended her own life. Now because of what, the stories that have been going on in the press and all this, it just was like she's done that, and then obviously it was confirmed, and we started off the show saying that it has just really hit home to us, because
the weird thing is, no one knows this, but I was on a casting when I found out about this, and I didn't get that casting, and I knew my mind I literally said to myself, I don't want to be part of any reality TV, because it is a breeding ground for vulnerable people, enablers, and then the top dogs who are like, vulnerable. Oh, I'll get these to sort it out. And it's like nobody, like the boss of the Sun, the boss of ITV, the boss of Jeremy Kyle. Jeremy Kyle got cancelled because a generic, as they say,
classed as a member of the public.
A member of the public.
Everybody is a member of the public.
Isn't everyone a member of the public? But this has happened, and the show's out there still going, still getting followers and likes and stuff, because as a society we are, after 3 guys, imagine enabling it, and it's crazy.
Some people were complaining about Love Island not being on over the weekend. How insensitive. Yeah, Avicii as well is another one, very, very young. He was very young. It just does seem like it's, I don't want to say the word epidemic, but I have read it is suicide is the biggest killer of people under the age of 35, next to cancer or something like that. Like, that is insane. Like, it's all fair and good mental health awareness, and that we do support that. But what we need is mental health action.
Mental health action.
We need to be able to yes, we can be aware, but we have to have the services there. We have to be able to have these conversations, because I might not have talked about how I've been feeling, Faye might not have talked about how she's been feeling, and that can build up the pressure. With us too, if we're a bit down and don't talk about it, kind of argue a little bit, and then we kind of like realize, oh right, okay, something's not right. And we're just reading comments. There's so many people taking their own lives.
I completely agree, Natasha.
Yeah,
that is a massive thing, that we're not just focusing on celebrities.
Yeah,
this is
everybody.
Everyone, everywhere around the world, and we do not need mental health awareness. We need and demand mental health action. And if people can't see that this is what needs to happen, more people need to be going online and talking about their actual lives, so people can realize, shit, I'm actually affecting this person, or we need to be more alert on our social media, or they need more support when they leave our show, or they need 24-hour care, because I'd rather give someone 24-hour care that pisses them off and still have them here on Monday morning. And it's
way to look at it.
It's the easiest way to look at it. We have the awareness. For fuck's sake, how's the awareness not there? How many suicides? How many deaths? How many low? Oh God, I'm gonna go into it all. You will not understand the level of mental health in the homeless. My God, it goes overlooked, and it goes overlooked because once again they have been pushed down to the bottom of the food chain, and even we as a society walk over them while they lay on the floor. And I've been to so many different nights or talks, and the biggest cause of why people can't get themselves out of this rut of being homeless is because there's no support for mental health for them. We don't. When was the last time you asked a homeless person how the day was? I do it all the time, and I've had people go, "Why would you ask that?" What? Shit! Oh my God! I'm being insensitive because I'm asking that person how their day is going. No, because it's so crazy. That's where their mind went to a negative thought. Are you being I'm not being sarcastic. I'm asking them how the day is going. Why am I doing that? Because probably no one will. That's me trying to make a difference. I purposely I purposely make sure I know the names of people. Like, I don't want to do that. It's so strange. In shops, in supermarkets, and I'm like, thanks, Lindsay. Thanks, Carol. Oh my god. And just that action, even like, I'll get a smile from them.
Yeah.
Or,
I'll just generally like asking how somebody's day is, or, you know.
But we can't just, as we've just been pointed out by Natasha, we can't just focus on celebrities, and this isn't just to focus on celebrities. This is to focus on everyone. But the penny's only going to drop when we do it. Not just me, not just her, not just the people around us, but wider than that. Literally, the only reason we're doing this video is so other people can literally, even if it's once a day, just be that tiny bit nicer, because you don't understand how you being rude to someone affects them like an hour later.
Well, yeah, because you don't know the private battle that somebody's going through, and so many people are affected by this. Like, you could just be sat next to someone and you don't know what is going on in their life.
Gonna pull you that. That's great. I got on the why do I not go on public transport? Because everybody is so antisocial, rude, damn right angry. And I'm like, oh, okay. And only recently, because I've seen so much increase in mental health, everyone suffers.
Oh, yeah.
We are all a society suffering in silence. And I think we should have learned from that, like, you know, years and years ago, when a complete majority of our species and humanity was separated because of the color of their skin. And we enabled that. Like, we did. Like, it frustrates me when all these adverts and all these new shows are like, look what we're doing, we've got this person on. Pisses us off. I'm like, 10 years too late. 10 years too fucking late. And that is another thing that, like, no wonder there's so much mental health, because we've literally been smacking down anybody that's different by race or the bloody way their hair is, the way they dress, every single day, because we feel we have the right, because it's freedom of speech. Fuck freedom of speech. How about watch what you say? Say what you want, but watch what you say.
Yeah, there's a difference between freedom of speech and hate speech.
It just literally bamboozles me when I look at people on the telly. Oh God, irritates us. We are not making progress, and because we are plastered on Facebook and the TV that we are, we're not making progress. Just because they've got someone from a different race, like, on the telly, that's not us progress. That's too late. Like, 10 to 15 years too late. And it pisses us off. And it makes me understand why the world is just full of enablers, yes people, and the big bosses who are lucratively getting people to watch this show because they embrace this and embrace that. Well, you're not doing a very good job, because, like, literally people are ending their lives because the world that's being portrayed around them, I believe, celebrities especially, get that high and can see past the lights, and they're like, oh. It's almost having like a different view. What if you just get that famous and you're like, oh, frig, what have we created? What are we a part of? What did we enable? Like, do you know what I mean?
So, what is there's two new things in this world only come about in the last 20 years. Well, there's been lots, but in the world of celebrity and all that, social media and reality stars. In the 90s, before that, there was no reality stars. So we now have a new breed of star, of celebrity, which we never had before. And we also have social media coming up at the same time. These things are all based on reality, but reality doesn't have to be harsh. It doesn't have to be nasty. Reality can be kind. But I think that a lot of these stars that come out of reality shows are kind of just put out there into the world in the public fodder, and they're just selling newspapers, stories that aren't true. You see it with like most reality TV stars will have a mental health problem. And I often just wonder, I think, did you have that before you were famous, or did that happen to you after?
Well, look at what happened with Geordie Shore when it first started. And now the stars of Geordie Shore don't look like themselves, don't act like themselves. Like Charlotte does not behave like Charlotte used to
I
behave.
seen a photo of the other day. Didn't recognize that.
No, and then people are like, "Oh my god, you look amazing." Just put your last message on. I'm so glad you changed yourself because I called you a hog body, and it's like, it's almost as if like become good enough, and I'll be nice to you, rather than just being bloody nice. And that is the main message. This one hit it on a nail. We do not want mental health awareness. We want
mental health action. We need to. Mental health services in the UK are full to the brim, and not everybody's getting help. There are so many people that are just losing this battle and aren't winning the fight. I think what we can do, change can happen with us, so we can be more supportive.
And we're
to
going
our family
now.
members.
What are we
going
to do? This show is going to go out every Sunday on Monday night. I'm aiming for a Sunday because Monday I don't want it, but Sunday would be really good. And it's going to be focused on the keep everyone talking. We want action, not awareness. We've had enough awareness. I'm very aware of what the fuck's going on. And it's going to be a show every single week where people can come on and talk. People can put in the comments. And you're right, Tony. We have to make the change. We. Wait, go look at my double check. And if we can start, then you can.
Oh, I will second that. God, if I can talk about it,
then anyone.
like anybody can.
And it's not just about talking. It is about talking, but it's not. It's not just about talking. It's about doing. Like, unfortunately, the world we live in, people are overlooked. Like, sometimes if I look sad, people don't ask. And I'm not trying to look sad, but sometimes people are like, meh.
Well, I can be so quiet, like, it's so quiet, it's unreal. But when I'm quiet like that, maybe I give the impression that I'm standoffish and people won't ask because maybe that's just what's projected. But maybe just take the time and just say, are you all right today? Like, it's all right.
But that's the thing that it was on the radio today. It was weird that you just mentioned that. People get offended by, are you okay? Well, do I not look okay? Like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, I say it all the time. Yeah, you're all right. And even this one can be like, well, I'm fine. And it's like, how did we become that? Oh, she must have a problem. He must have a problem. How did we become that kind of culture?
Because of the stigma that is carried with mental health. I was having this discussion the other day that kind of, I don't know really why, it's just this generation has brought about the conversation of mental health, but mental health, it's nothing new. Our parents' generation suffered with it, our grandparents, all the generations before that, but the likes of my mum's generation, Faye's mum's generation, our grandparents' generation, they didn't talk about it. Yes, some people did, but not many people did. And those that did speak about it always had that stigma attached. The thing people always used to say, oh, she battles with her nerves. She battles with her nerves here. I can remember people saying that to me when I was like young and thinking, what does that mean? Like, battles with her nerves? Like, I don't get it. And I would ask. And no, we can't talk about things like that. Like, you can't talk about your feelings. Where I was kind of brought up, that's what it was like. It was very much, you just didn't talk about how you felt. My family is different, but where we lived wasn't like that.
Construction of society, once again.
Construction of society.
I feel like this live, has been a perfect way to kind of start I love it. I really love what you said. We do not want mental health awareness. We want mental health action. # mental health action. That's what we want everyone to do. And tag us in your bloody post if you can, so then we can retweet. not because we want more tweets. We just want to get this message out. And for us personally, I feel obligated to have to do this kind of thing every week. And as many people will tell us that we're idiots and who do we think we are? And oh my God. Well, walk in my shoes. They're a size 8 and about 9.5 inches tall. It's a difficult road to walk.
That's why I wear trainers.
That's why she wears trainers.
So you can run faster.
But we just want to thank everyone for joining us. Tonight has been... I didn't cry, so I'm so pleased.
Well, I said that I wouldn't, and I did.
I just think we just need to not forget.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. We're going to see you next week.